So hello everyone, happy September, happy full moon on the 13th when it happens. So here we are. So we're doing these videos, and this video we're going to talk about the full moon coming up, Pisces, and where Pisces is in your chart. So finding out where Pisces is in your chart would be really good. So you can pause this video, you can open up another window, find your birth chart, see where it is. And I'm not going to go over everything that a person can do, but you'll have enough information where you can do the research yourself and figure out, hey, what should I do on this full moon? Okay, so let's dive into it. So Pisces is a water sign. Pisces is known as the intuitive. So I'm going to bring it up here and just go over some basics for people who might not know about Pisces. Okay, so the symbol is the two fish. The ruling planet is Neptune. It's known for its intuition. It's ruled by the 12th house. Okay, it's a water element. It's a mutable sign. And it's really known for its psychic abilities, its intuition, and so on. Okay, anything to do with psychic, intuition, just being very precise, read people, read situations, and so on. And the most important thing for Pisces that I've found from knowing a lot of Pisceans is to have a clear mind and to really be confident and trust themselves. So, it all depends on your chart, what your chart is like. It could be so many different things based on your chart. It's not just your sign. But in general, Pisces will want to work on being as solid as they can, right? Their 12th house is about endings, healing, closure, spirituality. So they're very spiritual, right? And if something isn't right, they want to have some kind of ending to it, some kind of closure to it, right? They want healing. So they're always searching for that feeling, right? Not just people who are Pisces, but it's very important to not just search for the feeling, but to have it within you. So that would be a really good key thing for Pisces to work on. All right. They also cover that death and rebirth, and also ideas. So death and rebirth is all about that past life, like that south node energy, where you would need to feel more connected to your past life, which will make you want to be more determined of, okay, what am I supposed to do in this life? Okay, so that Piscean energy is very much life and death, and feeling very connected to past lives, understanding the purpose of their life. Okay, and in doing so, because they're so spiritual, they end up messing up their own life, right? So even if you're not a Pisces, or your Pisces is in your North Node, your Pisces is in your moon sign, Pisces, what is it? Birth sign, North Node, moon, and rising sign, you still can benefit from this full moon in Pisces, right? So Pisces energy, if you're dealing with anything like this is a full moon that you can work on this. If you feel like you need to escape from something rather than dealing with it, that's another true Piscean stage that they're in. Okay, they like to know what's hidden. They like to solve things and figure it out. Okay, they like to escape anything that is unpleasant, just like the rest of us. So some of these things are not just Piscean thing, but you can relate to it. They want to know about the unconscious, right? And being that on the 18th of September, we're having that Saturn going direct, I wanted to make this video to also sprinkle that in later, but I'll get to that. Okay, so Pisces, what I felt for this is dreams, belief, and psychic. Okay, so dreams, let's start with dreams. The weeks leading up to the full moon, you might have had powerful dreams. I know that I have. One of them I haven't even decoded yet because I'm just like so busy. I was like, okay, I'll figure it out. All right. So strong dreams and really trying to figure it out. If you don't know what it means, then you would have to find a friend or find a session with someone that can decode dreams. Okay. And if you're going to do something like that, I want you guys to know that that session should be an hour or 75 minutes. That's pretty much it, right? So that covers the dream. It's having a lot of strong dreams leading up to the full moon. Another one is believe. So a lot of this issue of believing in yourself and finding that direction, because we also have that Saturn going direct. So we're looking at, what do I believe? Why do I believe this? Is this belief working out for me? Is this good for me? Is it not good for me? So what you believe and your belief. So a lot of people are having that dialogue with themselves. Now the psychic comes in where in your birth chart you can find out, where is Pisces in my birth chart. Find that. Find out where it is, what house it's in, and what sign it's in. Those three things. You already know that it's Pisces, right? So you know, where is that? What's in that? What's the planet that's in Pisces, and what house is it? Those are the two things. You already know it's Pisces. What's the house, and what planet is there as well? So figuring that out and researching what that means, because it's such a broad subject for everyone. Okay. Now, Pisces is the mystic. So what I put down here and what really stuck out is really knowing what's beyond our understanding. So that's what that Pisces energy is going to be bringing up, is what do I not know? And it's not so much for you to find out to make someone else believe that. You're just trying to find that out for yourself so you can feel comfortable. Because first you have to work on yourself. You can't worry about anyone else. You know, that's just a whole mess. So the Pisces mind is just figuring it out for themselves, which is wise. Okay. Now let's talk. I'm going to talk. I know the full moon in Pisces is coming up. We're going to talk about Saturn and Pisces. Okay. And I should have put that in the title, but I'll probably change it later on. Okay. I'll add it in there. So Pisces in your birth chart, you are the psychic. Okay. You're either fascinated with it, don't know much about it, always been drawn to it, afraid of it from whatever, you know, you've been taught, but you always feel that intuitive connection. Okay. You might start feeling that you've lived before. Okay. I take notes and then I spell the wrong word and I'm like, what is that? So you start feeling that you've lived before. So that's that past life. Okay. That Ketu. Okay. That past life. All right. So if you haven't studied Vedic astrology, the Rahu and the Ketu, right? So that's like the tail end of that dragon. Okay. So then you also, and I'll go into another video on that. Okay, you want to remember your past life. Very, very powerful. And no matter if Pisces has something strong in the person's chart, I've noticed, because I've done charts for my friends or people that I've known, I'm like, oh, no wonder we vibe on that. So the person could be very business oriented, but they have a very psychic type of fascination. Okay. Natural intuitive. All water signs are natural intuitive. They are good at reading people, very intellectual. The magician, the alchemist, you know, they're just really good at turning something negative into positive, or making the best of the situation, making, you know, lemonade out of lemons. Okay. They're very practical. If you have Pisces somewhere strong in your chart, or Pisces in Saturn, you are a very good leader. So you're very balanced. You'll place people where their strength is. All right. So that's what I want to cover with that. Now, this full moon is going to be on a Friday. Okay. So if you missed anything, go back. It's really good. I was talking about Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. Okay. So the Friday is like Venus Day. So it's happening on a Friday. And in astrology, Saturn and Venus are friendly planets. They work good together. All right. And Saturn's day is actually Saturday. So this full moon on the 13th is happening on a Friday. Friday the 13th, I just realized that. This whole time I've been like looking and putting things together. I didn't even think of that. Okay. So where Venus comes in, I'm saying that Friday is Venus Day. It's the full moon in Pisces. Okay. If you have Saturn in Pisces, you are very intuitive. You're like it's like the natural mystic. You naturally want to know about the unknown, okay? So friendly, okay? Friday is Venus Day, Saturday is Saturn Day, the full moon in Pisces is on Friday, okay? So you can definitely use that Friday and Saturday for, your meditation if you do that, for your manifestation work, whatever, right? And another little tidbit in conjunction in astrology, Saturn and Venus, I'm shuffling getting this already. Saturn and Venus are known as friendly planets. They are, if you have this conjunction in your birth chart, you are very intuitive. You are also very artistic. You're creative with the arts, and you're also very intellectual. So really get your mind together, especially if you have other factors in your chart that might make you feel scattered or might make you feel not focused. It's a daily practice. It's not just a, give me this potion or whatever and that's it. All right. So just some extra information for you guys in my research. Venus, Mercury, and Saturn are considered friendly. The sun and the moon are considered enemies, and don't take it as, so deep. But the Mars and Jupiter are considered neutral, okay? So I can go deeper into that in another video, but what I want to do right now is start to pull. Let me just get this going. I'm going to start pulling cards for this full moon reading we're going to start out with Pisces since it's Pisces moon, okay? So just set your intention. Hopefully something will resonate with you in this reading, even if it's not your birth sign. It could be for your moon sign, your north node, or your rising sign, okay? And since the full moon is happening on a Friday, maybe, if Pisces is in your Venus, right? And if you have a Pisces and Saturn connection. Okay, so it's not just, what card did she pull for my birth sign? It could be your north node, north node, moon, rising, your Venus. Do you have, is Venus in your Pisces? Is Saturn in Pisces? Okay, so let's start with Pisces. And then I'll go on from there. I'll go on to Aries. So Pisces. Now, what's the purpose? Before I start, what's the purpose of this? Because I remember when people are new to the channel, and I remember someone going, "What's the purpose of this?" It's just giving you extra information. You have to know how you're feeling and what you know that you need to work on, right? Even though this is spiritual, you can't. Even applying this to, check this out. Saturn is the strong teacher, right? It could be very mean, very, you're just taken back, but you're going to learn faster because that teacher is demanding of you to actually do your part, right? So, you can have a nice teacher, but it might take you longer to learn. Some people, not everyone. This doesn't apply to everybody. Okay? So you can have a nice teacher and you're taking too long to learn. But you can have a strict teacher and you're like, oh, I better get this done. I need to be on top of my game. That's Saturn. Saturn will help you, but if you want to be lazy or you want to be conniving or anything where you're not really doing what you're supposed to do, then you're going to have a rough experience. Saturn going direct is a good thing, Okay, so you'll want to be more responsible, more organized. You know, and you'll feel if you can really do what you're supposed to do when Saturn is in retrograde, you'll benefit when Saturn goes direct. Okay, so the Six of Coins just dropped out, so I feel like anything that drops out is for everybody. So Six of Coins, so money, money, money coming in, give and take. Okay, so I feel like that's a good thing. So if prosperity and money is your thing, then know that in your time of abundance, give. And in your time of need, that karmic energy will come back. And you're also setting yourself up and setting, when you get this card, set yourself up financially, you know, so that you're prepared for those hard times the best you can, and get creative. But that give and take. So you will receive whatever prosperity is for you, money. And when things are good for you, if others are in need, then give what you can, do what you can, even if it's getting the word out, even if it's, you know, whatever, baking, cooking, donating money. Like right now, the Bahamas, they need help, you know, from Hurricane Dorian. I'm trying to remember the name, right? So, all right, here we go. Pisces, water, how fitting. So Pisces, you have the Justice card. Okay, so some of you might be dealing with legal issues. Anything that has to do with legal issues, finding balance, maybe finding justice for yourself. Sometimes finding justice is actually having someone be responsible for what they're supposed to be responsible for, or just letting go of whatever it is, you know, finding peace in your own way. Maybe it's finding justice for someone else or for yourself. It's that balance. It's really seeing things for what they truly are. Are you seeing things for what it is, right? And finding that justice for yourself can be applied to Saturn. It's like being responsible, being organized. Well, you know, I've known what Saturn is, but every time it's coming up, it's always good to find something new that will pop up. So it's like that discipline. What can you be committed to? What can you be disciplined about that maybe you're not disciplined about? You know, why are you committed to something? Is it worth your time, Pisces? So we're starting out the card reading, and this is Pisces, okay? So let's move on to Aries. So really knowing how justice applies for you at this full moon, Pisces. Okay, Aries. Aries has 8 of Wands or 8 of Staves. Okay, so this is all about preparation, right? Preparing for what is to come. Things are moving quickly, rapidly. This is good. This is a lot of energy from within you and a lot of energy around you. So how can you prepare for what is coming, right? So really working on yourself, working on you, and being ready for what it is that's coming. So having that energy and making sure that you're protecting yourself, protecting whatever it is that's going on in your life, making sure that everything to your best ability is where it's supposed to be. You know, just like dotting the I's, crossing the T's. I like to think of that. Okay, we're going to go to Taurus. So Taurus has the Page of Coins. For some of you, it's finding new work, Taurus. Okay? Taurus and Geminis have a strong connection. So even if you're a Gemini, you can relate to Taurus, vice versa. So Taurus, this is about maybe starting over a new career. Maybe it's yard sale. Maybe it's selling, getting rid of things that you don't need. But it's a way of making money coming in. It's good documentation. Maybe you have to write down things. You have to make sure you're taking good notes for something in regards to your money. If anything that has to do with money, make sure that they're signing a paper with it. That, you know, when the page comes in, the page is a messenger, okay? Just like the knight, but in a different way. The page is a messenger. So write things down, document it, you know, because if something gets messed up, this is he said, she said, and you don't have time for that BS. So you want to do that. It's a new career. It's a new way of making money. It's maybe relearning something that has to do with money and selling. Okay, Taurus? Gemini. 10 of staves. Gemini and Taurus can relate to each other in old astrology, and in Vedic, Gemini is Taurus. So, you both can relate to this. So 10 of wands or 10 of staves. All right. So Gemini, you're doing too much. Number 10 brings it back to one, self, teamwork. Okay. So you really need to maybe get yourself a planner, write down things that you want. What's priority? What do you need to get done first? And then get that done. But try not to do too much. Try not to do others' work for them. Really focus in on what's best for you, Gemini, and what you need to do. The Hangman. All right, water sign Cancer, you got the Hangman. So maybe you're getting a new way of looking at things, a new perspective. Maybe you're into some deep thought. Maybe you are having a heart-to-heart conversation with someone. Maybe you're seeing your new life, your new way in a new understanding. Maybe your life has changed or is going to change, and you're trying to find a new perspective on your life. Maybe you've understand something. Whenever this happens, it's like, I'm understanding something new right now. I'm making new plans for myself. I'm seeing something in a better way. This is all good. This is like you really connecting to what is good for you now, and realizing that things change and we grow and we understand differently, right? Yay. Leo. And also, I forgot to say what is Saturn? Where is Saturn for the full moon? So I'm going to actually look that up on my chart. So I'm going to do that. Leo, give me a second. I'm going to get this started. So Leo, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Understanding that things change in life. Situations change. We have our ups and our downs. 1 minute it's like you have to fend for yourself. You have to grow up really fast and figure things out. The other minute things are going really good. Okay, so there's that balance of it. You have to be strong for yourself. You have to figure out your emotions, what works for you, and not over dwelling on things and overthinking things. Just understand that the cycle, and there's certain things you can't prevent. It's going to happen, but you can only just do the best that you can. And when things are good, great, live in that, and and just do the best that you can. Okay, but just making peace with something not going right, and know that that's what it is, and moving forward. All right. Virgo. Happy birthday to all the Virgos. Virgo, we have the Devil. Okay, so this is getting in control of anything that has more power over you. So really get a good perspective on why something's bothering you. Get a good understanding of why it is. And then from there, you can say, okay, get to understand whatever your weakness is, or get to understand whatever you feel is holding you in bondage or is keeping you back. Getting to understand it, and then working around it or working within it to make that change, right? So you can't always, there's a way of fighting that is, my nail polish, the blue. I'm like, what is that? There's a way of making things better by understanding it, right? And not everyone will realize that, but you have to understand it and work within it to make it better, right? So there's different ways of going about overcoming something that is controlling you or making that path difficult for you. Libra. Okay, the Magician popped out, Libra. So the Magician, the World, and 10 of Swords. So Libra, I'm going to go with Magician because this Saturn in Pisces gives to people with Saturn in Pisces that magician. We have the full moon in Pisces coming up and Saturn going direct on the 18th. And the full moon is on the 13th. So this is all about you changing a negative into a positive. How can you deal with whatever situation you're going through, and especially if it's a negative situation, and then flipping it and making that positive and making the best out of it. So you being your alchemist, you being your magician, you being your solution. All right, Libra. All right, Libra, you have Page of Cups. Okay, so Page of Cups, it's like that learning how to charm yourself, learning how to charm others, right? So not about charming yourself, but well, yeah, because you would have to be confident enough to realize that you can charm someone else. So how can you, or no, how can you, the answer is to be like that young Casanova, or being yourself, but being charming, you know, and that's you just being relaxed around whoever you are around, whatever your situation is. The key is to be charming. And this is like learning how to do that. And when I say a childlike personality, it's not like joking around and so on. It's, you know, learning how to be around that person, right? Knowing that person's personality and working within that, right? Because it's like the world is a stage. So you can't be a certain way at different functions, right? Different places. So you can always be yourself, but learn how to work the room, really, is what it is, Libra, right? So be charming. And then for some of you, it's really letting go, relax, and doing something fun for yourself that has nothing to do with work or that is stressful, right? Okay, Scorpio, full moon reading. Ace of Coins. Ace of Coins this is the tarot card in the deck that people will use when they want to manifest, right? So the Ace of Coins is the prosperity road. It's like you're on the right path to your happiness. What is your happiness? What is your goal? And when this card comes out, it's like trusting your intuition and knowing that, yes, this is the right choice for me, or no, this is not the right choice for me. So learning from listening to your intuition and your gut feelings, you just know if something is right or something is wrong. So if you know something is right, even if it might not be the traditional way of doing something, or someone you might admire might have their own opinion on something, it doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. Okay? And also in these readings, you can also look at your opposite sign on the chart, or your rising sign. Like I said that before, the rising sign is so important. Okay, Sagittarius. Page of Staves. You're going places. So this is all about where do you need to be? Where are you going? Having a path, having an idea, and moving forward with it. An idea, a thought, a plan, and really going forward with it. And your words are very powerful. So, you know, documentation, writing it down, being flexible to change when you need to, right? That's very important. Also, what's very important is, why did it leave? Fire, that fire, because it's a fire element. The wands are a fire element. So this is really giving you the motivation to either write. So if you're journal, writing a story, planning out something. This is motivation to write it down. This is also the motivation to go forward with your plan, with your idea. Okay, something that is important to you that you know, hey, I need to get this done, and you can't play around anymore. You just have to get it done. So that's like very important. So it's really doing what you're supposed to do at the fundamental level. Capricorn. What? Okay, Capricorn, this is meant for you. Because it was a card that dropped out at the beginning, right? This popped out. So the Six of Coins is that receiving money or receiving something that is good for you. And in my notes, I was writing down stuff today, and Capricorn popped up in it. And I'm trying to remember what I was writing down. And of course, that's why I write it down, so I don't have to remember. Well, okay, with Saturn, right? So, okay, so Saturn is, the 10th house is Capricorn sign. That's it, duh. So Saturn is ruled by Capricorn. So this Capricorn going direct is going to be good for you, Capricorn, okay? And this full moon in Pisces, it's a water sign, and it's good for you, even though Cancer is your opposite sign. This full moon in Pisces is also going to be nurturing to you, to all the signs, even all the birthdays right now in September. Virgo, this is also good for you. But Capricorn, this is good for you. Saturn is your ruler. Saturn is going to go direct on the 18th. The full moon in Pisces is on the 13th. So, you know, you have this week to really dive deep and work on yourself, whether it's meditation. If you want a meditation, check out my meditation channel. I'm going to be dropping a meditation video and a meditation talk so that you can, you know, do your thing. All right, I'll leave the link to my meditation channel in here for that. But Saturn is your ruler. Also in modern astrology, Uranus is your ruler, so you can tap into that. Okay. What else? If Aquarius is your ascending, I was looking at something in here. Okay, if you happen to be Capricorn and Aquarius is your ascending, this is also good for a good time for you to do some kind of meditation work on when Saturn goes direct on the 18th. Okay, so let me read for you this. So Six of Coins, this is prosperity. Okay, so based on your chart, you have to know what your chart is. Contact me for your chart reading if you really want to do some work on the 18th for yourself, but not for the full moon because it's going to be too close and I'm going to be too busy. But for the 18th, yes. But this is all about you receiving money that you need. So if you're going through a bad time right now, really keep your mind open and keep yourself on that drive to get that help that you need. And remember that the pentacles are 5 elements all in one. So this is really manifesting time. Okay. And see what Cancer got. I can't remember what card I pulled for Cancer. Cancer, I think it was the Hangman. Okay. So use that. That's like a second card reading for you. You know, that's 2 cards right there that you got. Okay, maybe even what Aquarius is going to get next is another card that can help you. So just watching these full moon videos, you're pulling one card, but there's several readings that can add up that you can be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm going through. This resonates with me. You know, this doesn't, right? So if you need money coming in, it's coming in. If you're a Capricorn and you can help somebody, help that person. You know what I'm saying? Because that blessing is going to come back around. You know, and Saturn is like watching. You know, that Saturn energy, the energy you put out is what you're getting back. Okay, Aquarius. Okay, Queen of Coins. Woo! I love this queen because she's focused. So in the traditional deck, she's like looking off to the side, right? And she's like so focused on what she's doing. She's not even paying attention to you. It's like you're there, but she's focused. She's focused, right? So it's kind of like, what are you paying attention to? And why are you giving it your energy, and how is focusing on this going to mess up your money? How is it going to mess up where you're trying to go? Because the money is the survival mode, right? It's just a way of us living in this world. It's part of the lesson. It's part of that cycle of life, right? So it's being focused on your goal. And if you really want it, you have to stay focused on it and you have to go after it. And whenever you're going after something, someone's going to have a problem with it, and you got to shut that person down, put them in their place, ignore them, whatever works in that situation. You know, you just have to be focused on what is best for you, Aquarius. Okay. And what? That's it. We're back. Okay. So that was it. All right. Whew. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be making another video for this channel, which I think is really cool because Saturn direct is coming up. So I want to make a video on Saturn conjunct Neptune. And that one really hits home because of the time chart. Okay. And what people, this is for the older grown folks, but you know, if you're a child of someone born in the 1952 to 1953, then this video that I want to make is going to be really good for you. Okay, so I hope this full moon reading is good for you guys and you like it. Please hit thumbs up. It really helps. Leave a comment. If you're related to a particular card, then a hashtag that card's name in the comment. You know, that really helps other people find my channel. If you enjoy my channel, that really helps, you know, on YouTube. All right. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching. Happy full moon in Pisces. And yes, find me in the community room here. I always post photos, so check that out. And Instagram as well, and we're on Twitter. Twitter, I just share whatever I share on some, you know, other space. So in hopes to draw people over to the YouTube channel as well. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna try and figure out how I end this video because I usually don't film on this, so I don't know how to. I have to figure out how to end it on here. So. That's going to be interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I think I figured it out. All right. Happy full moon in Pisces. And please comment, click like,